Oui, c'est reparti, il a payé, ça a cru que ça va payer, il est parti. Parce que vous pouvez payer à 2000, ça dérange. Donc nous, on est un peu avancé, donc on va voir.
The final starts immediately. The first be with you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Final started. Let me just adjust my clock a little bit because I put it in for doing 2 hours and they started while I was on the other side of the room. One. That should be good. Okay, so Fraçois, Couret and Sebastien, Artus are the finalists of the 2018 Paris System Open Series. And your commentary team, I'm just getting oriented, so we didn't realise they were going to start at that moment. It was kind of like, ooh. Suddenly just said, we're starting now. Your commentary team is just joining us here in the booth.
Yo!
The pleasure of introducing you to George De La Pina, who was just eliminated in the semi-final by Fraçois.
He cheated.
Well, you've got to turn your levels down.
He cheated. He was a terrible cheat. Bloody Frenchman. Oh, you know I'm only joking.
And yeah, it was the only thing. I've got to be careful because these tables aren't very good, so we've got to keep them like that so the weight isn't too cantilevered.
All right then.
All right.
Oh, you're getting all technical with your big words.
Yeah. Well, there we go. So I'm joined by George. George has had an excellent weekend.
So it's Rasta. Everyone.
Rasta, sorry. Because that was the thing. When I first started out doing this, it was very much a case of, nicknames are kind of a silly little thing in most cases because they're the things that your close friends know.
Yep.
But you've transcended that now. That you are world famous for being Rasta Mace.
Actually, just Alec asked me. He says, "I get the Rasta." He says, "Where's the mace from?" And it was my gamer tag when I played World of Warcraft. And when I got into X-Wing, I wanted to join the Facebook groups. But I didn't want to be me. I didn't want old friends and family. I just wanted stuff about Star Wars or X-Wing. So I created the pseudonym Rasta Mace.
Right, okay, cool.
So and it's just stuck. Honestly, my friends were shouting George a minute ago and I ignored them and someone shouted Rasta, turned straight around.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it. It's just things like, in most cases, the nicknames are things for small groups of people. So in your case, at the beginning, it was like you were George De La Pina, but now you've transcended that. You've got to the point where you are Rasta Mace because everyone knows you as Rasta Mace.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point where now, if you tell people George De La Pina, they probably don't realise. They probably recognise the De La Pina for Simeon now, but they probably don't recognise George so much. So you've had a great weekend here in France.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Have you been to Paris before?
Nope.
It's your first time.
Yeah, it's not what you think, is it? You went to the pretty bit. We're staying in the ghetto.
It's true. We're right on the outskirts of Paris. It's kind of like the Uxbridge of Paris to London, where you've kind of got this very industrialised area, and just in the edge of the commuter belt, and it's. There's some interesting stuff around, but there's nothing really touristy in this part. You've got to get on the metro for about 20 minutes before you get to the touristy bit. So you've played against Fraçois Nimramanda, and you were telling him that
I've beaten 2 Nimramandas in the run up to this, and without doubt Fraçois engaged me better than anyone had engaged me.
And we've got that match recorded.
I made like a tiny mistake which no one will even notice, but I know what I did wrong, and I just went one speed too quick because I could have done something else afterwards. However, so I played Fraçois at Euros. Such a nice guy.
Yeah.
I said to him before we even started playing, whoever wins this match, I'm happy. I really am. He's just a gent. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. and he executed his plan perfectly and took Lorik off the board really before I had a chance to even retaliate. So yeah, props to Fraçois, definitely. And do you know what? It's a bit hard with this match. So I was running a Ghost. You've seen the game on stream, but it didn't have any of the flavour of the standard meta at the moment.
Of course.
And the game that we're watching now is really everything that's wrong with 1.0.
Yeah.
There's 3 TLTs between 4 ships.
And one of them shoots twice, they might have
bombs. There's PS11
there's harpoons.
There's harpoons. They're all the things. So looking at the top standings today in like the top 20, 25 players going into the beginning of the morning, it's quite a toxic thing that's going on.
Yeah.
See, now right now, this Ghost player, I'm not sure that's such a good idea what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not such a turning into.
That's a very bad position to put the Ghost in with those harpoon missiles coming straight at him. I mean, you can get him right down to like 3/4 health. Remove 3/4 health in one volley.
It's that, but he's got protons on this as well.
Yeah, with a trajectory
so
simulator.
Start chucking look, and he'll hold that. So it's stuff like that makes this list so hard to beat, regardless of what you're flying. The board control. So now, if you can imagine that extending out range 1 from that bomblet, he's got so much control.
Absolutely, yeah. And that large base to avoid that large base reaching range 1 of that proton bomb, it's going to be
impossible.
Yeah.
So I'm just, when I play against it, I just eat them.
Yeah.
I just go, no, there's no point in some respects trying to play around them.
Yeah.
Because you'll never have shots. And that's when the TLTs just start eating you alive.
Yeah. Apart from the positioning, you were saying before to Fraçois that you think it's a bit of a 50-50 matchup?
Yeah, I said to him, I says, how do you feel about it? And he was like, it's hard. I mean, Nim Miranda can beat Ghost Fen, but on the same breath, Ghost Fen can beat Nim Miranda. So Sensor Jam is quite big in this. That PS11 reposition is the real key to this.
Yeah.
So you can imagine both Nim and Miranda position themselves perfectly for the double harpoon, yada yada yada. Fen comes in just into range 2 and goes, have a boost.
Yeah.
And suddenly the Ghost boosts to range 1. Yeah. Takes minimal damage really. And then puts such a lot of pain with the combination Ezra Maul and a 5 dice primary attack into a 1 agility ship that it can be game over.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's the nerf of Sensor Jammer with the combination of Hotshot Co-Pilot on Fen. He has got Hotshot, isn't he? Yeah.
He's got Hotshot Co-Pilot and Flight Assist Astromech. So yeah, it's definitely I mean, we've seen him win the last 2 rounds as well, in a situation where, for example, James Finlayson believed that he had the match, a very favourable matchup for him, and yet he was pretty much wiped out.
What did he lose to, Ghost Fen?
Yeah, he lost to this miss.
And which is funny, because James has got loads of practice against Ghost Fen.
Yeah, and even before we went into top 16, I said,
you see, look at this, right? So he's giving them enough space to either just move a little bit or get too close, and if they only move a little bit, it'll just boost.
Yeah.
He's turned away from the proton.
Yeah. But he's going to have to do a 2-turn left, a bank. He could use a bank to stay on the board. A short bank or a 2 bank, 1 or 2 bank.
He could 3 bank even.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends where Miranda goes.
Of course. So,
I heard.
I couldn't see.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 hits, and shields start coming off the low for Rebel.
Oh, so we've actually got a poon going in there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, TLT. Brap. And again.
Looks like.
So Fraçois, it looks like he's hoping to weather this little storm and just take Fen off the board.
Yeah, this first engagement, and sink damage next round.
So is he going to choose the primary? Yep. Chose primary.
Looks like 2 blanks, 1 hit and a focus. Gets 2 hits, converts the focus.
Yeah, so
2 and a crit, 1 blank, and the 1 evade dice comes up blank.
No focus, no target lock, but he's still hit with 3. Double modifications.
Yeah. And Miranda goes down to 1 shield. Second TLT. gets 1 and a crit from Ezra. And there goes the shields from Miranda.
And the damage on her hull.
1 card as well.
Damage on her hull. It's huge.
Yep, that's a bad start for Fraçois. We were saying earlier is that of the 5 system opens I've been to, I think there's only 2 that didn't have a low-fall rebel in the final.
So sad, isn't it?
I mean, when we had the first one in Copenhagen, the final was 2 low-fall rebels.
Oh God.
And then in UK we had Martin.
So look, I can appreciate a little bit the thinking behind it, where they're like FFG or whoever's in charge of all that kind of goes, well, we got 2.0 coming. There's no point.
They kind of just left it parked.
I get it, but it's been a long time, this pain.
Yeah.
And it's not over yet. We've still got best part of 3 months.
It was a shame that we weren't able to get the X-Wings, the Source Rebel Renegades and the Reaper in before the Opens finished.
Sensible. So look, right. Look at the nerf that happened to Genius, and even with Miranda with Advanced Slam.
Yeah.
Which was meant to curtail those 2 ships.
Yeah, of course.
It hasn't done anything.
No.
The whole Ghost Fen Ezra Maul combo hasn't done anything. So the guy I played in the streams match, when we were speaking at the end, says I've only been playing for 4 weeks.
You played Jan?
No, he's a French guy.
Yeah, like with black polo shirt. Oh, right, he's not only been playing 4 weeks.
With that list?
He's been playing that list for 4 weeks, right? Yeah, okay.
4 weeks.
Okay, yeah. No, it's the way you said it made it sound like that he'd only just started playing.
Up there.
Yeah.
With top guys, and that's not me blowing smoke up my own back doors.
Yeah, but Jan is also a good player. I will defend him there.
Look, and I cuddled him at the end and said it was stress and tenseful. It was tense because of how good you are, but the skill that you're given immediately by these card combos that we're witnessing at the moment is just kind of a little bit ludicrous.
Yeah. So we'll take a moment right now, just while they're busy thinking about what they're going to do with their dials, to remind you that this coverage of this event is brought to you thanks to the support we receive through First Earth Patreon. So do go over to patreon.com/First Earth and give us as much contribution as you feel comfortable with doing. All the equipment that gets brought around and everything, it all goes a long way to help and make it
Seriously,
possible.
guys, if any of you have ever seen Simon, you'll understand how much kit he carts about. And if you don't, I'll tell you. There's multiple mics, there's mixing desks, there's 2 laptops, there's monitors, there's power leads and cables. He's got tripods all over the place. There's 2 cameras on the main table. There's another camera recording on the other top tables. And he's got to get himself here. He's got to keep himself away from his family, miss time with his children, all so you guys can watch a stream. And look at his stream. Look at it. It's got all the info, it's got all the shields, it's got everything you guys need to follow these games properly. And let's face facts, in Europe, Simon's it. Right? He's our only streamer. So
that's not true.
It's just the most
but the point,
consistent,
one of the
regular, like, you give us so much content. How you even manage to get yourself around? I'm bigging you up now,
well,
rude boy.
I mean, obviously it started. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I have to defend myself and say, in that position, I'm not trying to inflate my ego too much, but say that it all started because my sister lives right next door to the NEC.
I know.
And so travelling to England and Spain was easy. And then after that, it got to the point where I was such a big, well-known name and respected for the effort I put in, and not just that, the professionalism I bring to the stream, and that I don't involve in the game, I make it as passive as possible, that I started getting other countries contacting me saying, we'd like to do it with you, how can we help you out, and stuff like that. So it makes it a lot easier. It made it a lot easier for me. And so this year I've basically gone on the European tour. I've done Copenhagen, Hanover, Bologna, and now Paris. And so it works out really well. No, but but you get it. It's just like it started off a long time ago in Spain, and I really have always tried to make sure I did the best possible thing possible. It wasn't just me setting up a camera, but it was like making sure that I was respectful of the players, that I gave players the opportunity to decline. I always made sure I spoke to the players after the game, and just stuff like that just ended up setting me apart, I think, and made it to a point that I'm not the only person in Europe, but I am definitely the more referential point in Europe, and that when I contact a tournament saying I'd like to come and do this tournament, what do you guys think? they trust in me in that respect. They know that if I come and do it, then they're not going to have too much difficulties. Because when it first started doing it, you've got to remember how much of a pain in the arse it was for the organisers.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? So I just suddenly walk in, I start putting cameras in the middle of their way, cables running around the floor and stuff like that. So when I first started doing it, people were like, why? And then as time went on, they just kind of like got the message and understood and really started to support it. Especially in Spain, I can never stop to say how much support I receive in Spain at all levels of the community.
That was weird.
Yeah,
you know, he's getting out of art, but
he's got to let one of those bombs go.
So now it depends what Fenn's done.
Because
he's out of range.
Miranda's stuck there, and Fenn will come into range and give him a boost, so the ghost will just leapfrog behind him.
And 5 dice primary at the butt. And before that thermal goes off. And so basically, Nim
will suffer a bomb.
Will either take a proton or a thermal.
He'd take the thermal, wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course he would. But then it's a stressed Nim. Yeah, look, range 2 for coordinate. Yeah, you can't be using flight assist without measuring. Start doing things properly. Yep, close enough to coordinate. Gives the ghost a boost. Such a toxic list. Stuff that works like this. I'm not a fan of Fen Ghost. You've all heard me talk about it. You know how I feel about it.
There we go.
Like easy mode X-Wing.
Easy range one of both of them, so he avoids the twin laser turret.
Can shoot
is Miranda.
She's going to regen one shield for no damage.
Yeah.
Because he'll sense the jammer any hit she gets.
Yeah.
And then he's just removing her from the table.
Yeah, he's just removed. So there's the proton bomb, the thermal detonator. Sorry. So he's lost the shield, got stressed, and now here comes Fenral firing one and a blank. Blank and evade.
Do you know what? This could be a really, really short game.
But yes, that's the impression I'm getting. Which, well, it works to your favour. One and a crit and a blank is what that looks like. And that's a focus. Yeah. And blank takes those shields off the Fen route. And TLT.
I think that's 3.
That's 3. So he's taking the card.
So shielding the card, not enough.
Alright, so Miranda.
Miranda's going to TLT into Fen, isn't she?
She activates, so he'll use his abilities to shut down her modifications. No, she's not got any. She's just got the target lock against Fen, but I don't see her firing on Fen. Oh, they've gone back to dials?
No, they can't have. The ghost hasn't shot.
No. What's going on?
No, the ghost hasn't shot yet.
I just saw him pick up a dart. They picked up 2 darts. Looks to me like they're doing dials.
That makes no sense. What?
I don't know.
What, the ghost chose not to shoot?
I don't know. I don't know.
A 5 dice.
You're experiencing the same thing as me. You'll understand now that when you hear stream commentators and they sound like they don't really know what's going on, it's because it's not so easy to follow the game at a distance.
No, I know what's going on. There was no dice rolled there. Miranda's still on the 1 damage she had before.
Yeah.
Burner.
It looks to me like they're doing dials.
Holy shamoly. Right, everyone, so that's not how to X-Wing. Okay, so if you ever have Miranda at range 1 of a 5 dice primary and you have the ability to double modify your attack, take that opportunity. Don't just fly away and look glum. Seriously, what a guan. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got no idea. What happened. Wow. And then Miranda didn't fire either to regenerate a shield.
So now, if we're going to carry on this level of tactics, I think... Hold on a minute. Okay, Miranda was decided whether he wanted to harpoon or not.
Oh, right, okay. So, but I saw them both pick up a dial.
Right,
and
so
I was like...
Miranda doesn't have to pick what she's shooting, she just has to activate and pick a target, then Fen activates, then Miranda chooses what she fires. Yeah, that's right.
More than anything, it's confusing to see them both pick up dials for no reason.
I think they may have just been clearing the ball.
So here we go.
So here's TLT. So here's a regen shot. For one.
2 hits.
And is that an evade?
Yeah.
That was an evade. No, it wasn't. It took a damage. And here is
there's one.
nothing.
There's 2 there.
Is that 2 or 2
there's
focus?
2 in the blank.
Your eyes are better than me.
Yeah, it's also that the white dice are terrible.
No, I got really bad eyes.
True, but the white dice are even
I
worse.
ain't got my glasses on.
1, 2 focuses and a hit, and one that's really shiny. I guess is another hit. Now he's repeating it, so it's got to be a blank.
So yeah, this is a primary shot.
Yeah, and looks like he's got 3 hits. 1 evade.
1 evade. Shield and was it a crit there? Let's have a look. Yep. What is it, Simon?
That's a damaged engine. Not good for Miranda.
No, not good at all. However, that ghost has to move. That ghost can't just like go, oh, hard to, or one bank try and keep range.
Absolutely.
Because Nim's going to poop a bomb.
True.
Miranda could poop a bomb.
Yeah, so he's got to take a fast manoeuvre. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
What makes it doubly difficult to follow this game is that both players are speaking French, and my French is high school level at best, so I can hear them talking, and I can pick up some stuff, but not all of it.
Ooh la la! That's what they say.
Ooh la la!
Ooh la la, that TLT.
Have you heard someone say ooh la la?
I actually have.
Yeah,
they do say it. It's not us being
ooh la 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 la.
It's an actual fact.
They do it.
Oh no like this. Oh no, they do, and it's lovely. They express themselves with grunts and interesting noises. Where the Italians like throw their hands around, and the English we just spit. There you go. So it can't be racist if I've insulted my own country.
There you go.
There you go. Simon's like going, oh, why did I ask for
the playing field is level now.
I always make the mistake. Yeah, people know who he is. But he's got a gob on him, innit? Jesus Christ. I wish this guy just shut up.
I've not had you on as commentary, and so when you did it at World Championships with the X-Wing Junkies, I was like, oh.
I loved it. Apparently that was their favourite stream. To be fair, it was Zach Matthews playing, and Zach chat a lot of smack about me over the years.
They like the smack
and
talk,
it was my
they?
turn to smack talk back. Right? Actually, so there was a podcast recently called Scum and Villainy. It was quite a heavy retraction, where they literally went in the story about Sim winning worlds.
Yeah.
And they went, no, let's rewind and actually let's get this right. His dad won Euros with Jank. And we like ripped him to pieces. The whole of the country had a go at this guy. And what happens? He comes over here with his son, and his son beats us all with bigger Jank.
Yeah.
So we need to get good, America.
Yeah. I mean, when like we were saying earlier, that post I put up, it wasn't about turning around and saying that the tiny European meta didn't come from so much as them insulting us. It became more of a fact that just from, and not through their own fault, but from ignorance, they weren't aware of what was going on over here. And so it was just like, that's not relevant information to me, so it must be dismissed.
I had a conversation with a couple of Canadians today about this sort of thing, and we were having a discussion why, like the difference between our two continents, so to speak. So you've got the Americas and you've got us. So our population density is higher for like square footage.
Yeah.
Whereas they just got lots of space. So when we have in the UK, for example, if there's 7 regionals, out of 6 of those regionals, all of the top players will beat them.
Yeah.
They maybe miss one and go, that one's just a bit too far, I can't do it, I've got commitments.
100% true.
As we get together all the time, all the top players are always playing. In America, they don't have that much. You know, it's like they have to travel such a long distance to get from one part of the country to another part of the country where one of these regionals are. So I genuinely think they underestimate the kind of the levels that are going on in Europe.
It's kind of based on the Dunbar's number principle, right? Dunbar's number, which I'm sure you're aware of.
I'm not very intelligent.
Dunbar's number is a psychological principle that the size and weight of your brain and your IQ has a direct correlation to the number of personal relationships you can hold.
Okay.
And so the size of a human brain means that they can have a personal relationship with 150 people. Everybody else is just that guy you see on the street. Okay. So then the next thing you do is you do that experiment where you're in a train on train tracks, and ahead of you is your friend. And if you don't switch tracks, you'll kill your friend. But you'll switch tracks and you'll run over 5 workmen. Everybody runs over the 5 workmen because they're people that are outside the Dunbar number. You don't want to kill your friend. Yeah. So the same thing in the case of the American continent is that the European was so far and non-related to them that it was just outside of that sphere of interest for them. And so they just had no point of reference to be able to understand it. And that was just end up not ignorance, but just like not having a point of reference to understand it.
I think there's also kind of like so when you don't get as much table time as we do, what happens is you do this, you just go, right, I'll take the meta.
Yeah, true.
Whereas I certainly know players that love to crack it, to find the jank, to find the thing. It was kind of like Libos at Euros. It was just a perfect call. It allowed things to be fit, and it worked within the meta, but no one kind of saw it coming. There was a lot to be said for how much it was underestimated when I got to a table. People would actually snigger that it was Libo as opposed to Dash. Do you know what I mean?
And remember as well,
we take a lot of pride in going, I cracked the code, I found a way.
Remember as well at 2016 World Championship where Ben Lee, who just won the European Championship, went with Artani to the World Championships, and everyone was like, what? Artani? You've got Artani? And then 4 months later, Paratani's all over the world. Everyone, they didn't understand Artani. It was like, the European guys are playing Artani, that's a bit weird. And then after that, everyone was like, yeah, Artani's the thing. And so it's just a question of the metas being separate, develop at different speeds, and in some cases, because they exist in their separate bubbles, one might develop faster than another one, not for any reason in particular, just from pure fluke. And so races to that end condition faster than the other one, and the other ones are like, I don't understand what's happening over there, so it must be bad because what I've got is tried and true. And so it's just a question of having that breakdown in communication, which has been a part of that I've tried to be at the forefront of, is making sure that the rest of the world gets to see. And it started off being Spanish players, because Spanish players didn't communicate outside of their bubble, so I wanted to give exposure to the good Spanish players, and then ended up becoming all of Europe, wanting to make sure that everybody in the whole world could see and would know how good the players were in Europe. Because if you're not there to see it, and if you don't watch a stream of it, then you've got no idea. You just see a list that won, and that's it. So the most annoying thing anyone can ever put as a comment when anyone ever wins anything, guys, is what was the list? Exactly.
Right? The next time you guys comment on something like that, I would like your first question to be, who was the pilot?
Exactly.
Okay.
100% agree with you.
I understand we're at a point now with this game where the list is kind of all powerful in some respects. However, guys, stop just worrying about card combos. Appreciate these guys. So I've beaten in Miranda on the way up. Fraçois didn't beat me purely because of his cards. He beat me because he out-piloted me in that game. And I said that to him, and I said that to my friends who would have loved me to win. But he was the better pilot at the time. See, I'm not sure why he just wants to bug with Miranda. Fenn's really only got the 2 bank open to him to clear that stress, right? Or a hard 2, but I don't think the hard 2 is the right choice, because Nim will 1 bank in here and clear that stress and try to murk Fenn, because Fenn's got, 2 health left?
Fenn's down to 1 hull point.
He's only on 1 hull point now. Right, so he needs to kill Fenn quickly. Regroup. Pick up target locks, get ready for like a massive assault on that coast. Because I mean, Miranda, look, she's got 3 health and she hasn't regened, so you do know the next time Miranda attacks, she needs, even with a regen, she's really got to look at being behind a rock with a focus, save it for defense, and hope to God he misses one of those 4 TLT shots.
So now he's spent both of his proton bombs.
So there's certainly no getting away from that proton bomb that Nim's just dropped.
No, there's no way Fen can get back into range to coordinate an action. And he's actually left a bit of a minefield for Fen to try and get through as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, that bomblet Miranda's dropped is just null and void.
Yeah.
He's trying to create.
I'm just saying is that you can't allow Fen from there to do a free bank left and then try and boost because.
Well, it's white free bank.
Oh, it's true. It's just sorry.
It's 2 bank. So he's going to 2 bank. Miranda can't shoot, but ultimately there's nothing he can do to get himself out of range.
2 bank.
TLC.
Yeah.
Let's see. Or has he turned hard?
It's a bank. It's a bank maneuver he's got.
Right. What?
1 bank.
What?
Okay.
Right. So that's a player that doesn't really know how to eyeball his manoeuvres a little bit. So when you understand the
He was being cautious because he was so close to the board edge, you're saying?
Right, yeah. So here's a bit of advice from a seasoned player. The slower the bank, the tighter the turn. The faster the bank, the shallower the turn.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I understand you. Yeah, is that you move more across?
Yeah.
You move more laterally. That's a major hole breach. No, it's loose stabilizer. Sorry. Where's my finger gone?
Oh, on
Someone stole my cheek. Oh, it's under that finger. See it? I think it's a loose stabilizer.
that's from the proton bomb, right?
Yeah, loose stabilizer.
And a Sabine for a shield, I should imagine.
He's taken that off.
Yep.
So 1 hit, 2 hits blank, and 2 evades. Focus hit and blank.
And
evade.
Of course.
There's evade and focus, but it's
So Fenn's just going to flutter off into the distance with a free forward boost.
Yeah.
Catch up with the ghost. Recollect his thoughts and do it all again. Both the protons are gone. One of the thermals is gone.
Yeah.
So Nim's actually looking pretty light on ordnance now.
Yeah. He's not got the
Have
teeth
we
that
had
he had.
any ordnance fired? Any actual
harpoons?
missiles
No.
gone? So they're both carrying double.
Yeah, they've both
sucker
got 2
punches.
harpoons. You can see on the
Yes.
and the one at the top on Nim.
I can see.
The extra munitions tokens. So yeah, a bit of a mess as far as Fraçois is concerned here, and a shame to. I mean, the question is, in this kind of a matchup, who do you really root for? Because even though Lawful Fen is not anyone's favourite cup of tea, Nim Miranda is hardly everyone's favourite.
So personally, I'm voting for Fraçois.
Obviously,
Purely because he's my friend. I know him well.
Yeah.
And he outplayed me, and it's always nice to know I got beaten by the guy that won. It's the only game I lost, and then he went on to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I hate Lawful Fen with just the most passion.
Yeah, I mean,
It has literally been.
It's
I've
kinda
watched
like-
people walk out of tournaments like head hung.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just had a day of it. I've had another
Yeah.
one. I've had a day of Lawful Fen.
Yeah.
Just getting battered by it. It's quite a demoralising game to play against.
And one of the things that more speaks to it than anything else, I feel, was, and this is no disrespect to the player, and I forget his name now. I think his name's Martin. But in the German System Open, the finalists were the German player and Arkadiusz Skala from Poland, and the German player said, "It's like I've only been playing for about 3 months." And it's like, it's not to say that. It's not to take anything away from his accomplishment of reaching the final, but it does kind of. A lot of people do say that it takes you don't have to think to play Lawful Fen.
So,
and
if you remember the
if
days
he's an example,
of
that's true.
The days of the Jump Master, it was a very powerful list,
Yeah.
and it certainly dominated for quite some time. However, there was definitely a skill level required to make that list.
People
work
like
properly.
Tom Reed that made it such a consistent performance from him for such a long period of time.
Timo.
Yeah.
You know, people like that as well that farmed. They were just really good. The list was incredible.
They were good, yeah.
But when they flew it,
They had
really
good positional
flew it,
skill,
right?
yeah.
So there was definitely skill level that leveraged the outcome of games, and you could beat a less competent opponent even though he had triple jump masters.
Of course.
Ghost Fens, it really is X-Wing easy mode. So make a lot of mistakes, it doesn't matter, just do this, and this, and you're going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that Sheathapede can leave combat now with a free forward.
Yeah.
Followed by a flight assist, right?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, 2-bang could be better maybe, because then it will keep the arc away. Because I'm thinking if he goes through forward, he might catch Nim in that rear arc, and he can't use flight assist.
Yeah, true. But then if he's banking left, he's going closer to that proton bomb.
He's not having none of it, Fraçois.
Yeah.
He's saying, you're not running, I'm killing you. But then he's naked dice again.
Yeah. Naked dice.
It's nothing worse than naked dice.
It's better than no dice. I mean, there's still an opportunity there, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was kind of like in...
there you go, 2-bang.
So he's out of range one of that proton bomb there.
He's out of range of the proton bomb, but he's in range of both Nim and Miranda. So really he needs to barrel roll.
Yeah.
What?
Goes towards.
Okay, so Nim's not going to be able to shoot, but Miranda will.
Yeah.
And why would you do that? Why would you give Miranda a regen shot? Why wouldn't you have barrel rolled the other way and taken it off Nim? Like, you're definitely getting one shot, but why give it to the ship that wants to put a shield back?
Yeah. I don't know. I've got no idea. And it's not easy for me to work this stuff out, as I'm sure you've heard when you've watched the commentary.
No, but I suppose that's why you got me here. So in my head, I'm going, why have you barrel rolled into range of Miranda? I get what you've done to avoid Nim shot, but...
2 and a blank. B-rolls, gets a focus. One focus. 2 shields.
Wow. 2 shields.
Oh, I've clicked it twice. 2 hits there.
That was a regen
and
shot.
2 evades.
For a shield back. So this guy's green dice. That's 6 out of 6.
Yeah. What have I done here? Right.
Was that all blanks? I thought there was a hit there.
I didn't. My software slowed down. I'm trying to fiddle with my damage layout to try and get it all up to date, and I wasn't watching. But yeah, no damage on Sebastien's side of the table, making things even worse for Fraçois.
Yeah.
He managed to regenerate his shield, and that's all he's taken out
off
of
of Nim in that engage, and regened on Miranda. That was not a good.
He didn't get any damage on the ghost, on the low force, on the Fen route.
Fen can now hard 2 away.
Yeah.
Either way. I'm wondering if he's going to hard 2 towards that proton. Barrel roll.
Left and barrel roll.
Barrel roll away from it, maybe. And kind of regroup with his mate.
Of course.
Oh, Miranda. Bye-bye, my darling.
Having that damaged engine has been costly for her. So
bye-bye, sweetheart.
Yeah, she's lost that manoeuvrability of having turn manoeuvres.
She's got 4 with the shield.
Yeah.
And there's no way he's got to have such poor luck to not sink 4 into.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the Maul, he's got the Ezra, and she's rolling only 1 die, so last thermal detonator.
So he's trying to shut the door. Shut that door. He's trying to shut that door and say, don't you dare try and turn in and come through this way.
No.
But if he kills Miranda, I'm not sure he needs to.
No.
Just suffer that rock. I don't even think he's going to hit that rock and just blast 4 forward.
Of course. I think it's hard to say, but for example, if we take a look at this bit here, it looks to me like the nub's about there, and so if we roughly do a straight line, I think he will just overlap the rock.
Have you actually done that on the stream?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And people can see that?
Yeah.
You're not just handsome, you're quite clever, isn't you? Like, technology just baffles me. Proper amazes me. They're like wizards. Every time I touch my phone, I burn my finger.
When we did in Germany, there was this one moment. It was awesome where
So could you draw like naughty pictures? You could.
I can.
You?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, don't leave me alone here.
I did in Germany. I had a wiring just kind of came round and just ended up face to face with a low-fall rebel, and it was like on real low health as it was. So I just kind of like wrote, "Oh no."
It's funny.
Yeah, so turned right, barrel rolled back, got himself into range 1 of Nim. Nim's range 4 dice though from Nim, range 1. So
Yeah,
that's,
but Fenn's so Nim's got to focus. So it's
Yeah.
going to be 4 naked dice.
Yeah.
Because Fenn's going to shoot first.
Yeah.
Fenn's got a target lock.
Yeah.
I bet you any money Fenn strips 1 or at least 2 of those shields off. and all right, if Nim kills Fenn, cool. But Miranda's dead this turn.
Yep.
You can't then fight a ghost which has taken what, 3
Nothing,
shields
yeah.
and a damage
Yeah.
with a 5 health, 1 agility ship.
Yeah.
It's 2 rounds of shooting. All he needs to do is 1 bank afterwards with the ghost. Just sit there going, go on then. Where are you going? I do feel for Fraçois. He played his little pants off against me.
And he's such a good player as well.
Such a nice guy, such a good player.
Did Worlds 2016, did really well at European Championships last year.
He was the first opponent I've ever played at Euros, because I got some swag and stuff. I had swag before Euros, but then this guy rocks up and he's got Worlds this and Worlds t-shirt, and I proper was like, oh, I'm proper scared now. I'm proper scared. You've out-swagged my swag. I don't like this. But yeah, we had such a great game.
Yeah.
So who was, the French guy that played in the top 8 with the Imperial Aces? I think he might have just lost the last round.
The Adrien Choquet.
Adrien. So I played Adrien at Euros as well last year. Just fantastic guys.
2 hits, 1 focus. Spends the focus. Just what you said.
He has to, because
he spent the focus, taken 1 shield. Yeah.
So now he's naked, and you're just relying on dice. I hope to God I'm going to force your dice for 4 hits, 3 hits and a crit point.
Rasta is moving his hand across the screen as we speak.
There we go.
I can see 2 focus.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Well, I can see hits. And did he just evade?
Yeah, he's got not taking. You're not taking any damage.
Go and check that man's dice. That's 10 evades straight.
Yeah. There's one of those.
I'd be quite furious right now.
He's got a hotshot co-pilot. Oh, I put it on the wrong ship. There we go. Regenerates a shield. Gets 2 hits from the first TLT volley.
Okay, so Miranda's not dying unless he primaries her first. And I think he might go for that shot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Primary.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Because he's got Ezra Maul.
Yeah, of course.
And as long as he does basic.
He's going to primary attack, yeah.
Primary,
there's no reason to do a TLT.
Because you don't want to get in that cycle of skipping off and just surviving.
Yeah.
And then she gets away and you're chasing a ghost.
Now, what's happening right... Okay, so I think he must have rolled 2 focuses. Yeah, and so the second TLT from Miranda didn't spend the focus, gets 2, takes damage on the low-fall rebel.
So it's literally done 1 shield.
Yeah. Now here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they look like 2 blanks, 3 blanks. No, he's only repeating 1. Okay, there's 2 focuses there. Ezra's 1, so I'm guessing 3 he's got. 2 and a crit maybe, and that looks like 2 focuses again.
So that's just 1 shield. So no, Miranda's going to live another turn.
Yeah, so definitely got lucky there.
Ezra. So that's 2.
1 and a crit.
And another whole point of damage.
Just to be,
3.
yeah.
Boom.
And this is what TLT can do. They can be a bit swingy. Just being able to get that 1 damage extra in each turn, which is kind of the thing we had when we had the final in Valencia with David Dief and the Saldo Montagu. This is just like, whereas the final in the Adepticon System Open was like, oh well, why are we going to play? You know, in our case in Valencia, there was a little bit of back and forth, and there was a bit where Lisandro was ahead. There was a bit where David got ahead and ended up being a bit where they wore each other down, died simultaneously to have to go to a final salvo. Hold on.
David come over to Euros.
Yeah,
it was so good to see him. So good.
He's awesome.
I love him so much, but he knocked my Wookiee out.
Yeah, I know.
I was proper sad.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the parents, I was like, "You're kidding me!" Like my two favourite people.
Well, that means that all David has to do now is defeat Simeon to make the trifecta.
Yeah, but David's victory was hollow.
True.
And he knows that.
No, yeah, it's the same.
He managed to hit a moustache rock with all 4 ships of Fairship Rebels, but roll 4 focuses. Right?
No, absolutely.
That's not big or clever.
But he's beat you. He's beat Kev. No, he's just got to beat Simeon, and then that's it. He's got like the 3 warlord scouts.
Yeah. Poor old Kev. He hates that match. When I walked over to the game, and quick draw was like range 1 of the ghost, taking a damage, took a revenge shot, and I watched Kev roll 4 blanks, target lot into 4 blanks.
I heard you
I
said
just had to walk away. I had to walk away. I was like, gutted, Kev, no.
Yeah.
I think Kev's got a mental block about Fen Ghost as well, though. So you can beat yourself before you even start the match.
True.
Certain times.
Yeah, I remember last year when
he's just gonna eat that.
Yeah, 2 years ago when I did the first Yavin Open and he did the first round with your painted ghost, and it was he did kind of like psych himself out before the game happened. Yeah, he was just kind of like
he's never been on stream.
Yeah,
he let it get
to him.
Event.
Yeah,
it was all a bit much for old Kevy boy.
Because you were playing the double IGs.
I played IGs,
and Simeon was playing the Jump Masters, and he had the Ghost, and I was like, well, I'm going to see loads of those.
A Dash Ghost, didn't he?
Yeah.
Dash Chopper, maybe. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, it may well be Chopper, because he wasn't. He didn't have the Phantom. He put the Ghost title on it, and I made him take it off.
Yeah. You streamers, hey, you people out there getting upset about it. I know you guys see it, but it's just cool. It's just cool to have that card.
But the thing is, you can't see from the camera exactly what card it is. You just see a card there, and you're like, what's that card? What's going on? What am I not picking up? What? All right, okay. Sorry.
No. I was in a state of shock then as well. I was like, that's not a good way to go.
Okay.
So.
Bomb?
He hasn't got none, has he?
Oh, no, yeah, on Nim, no. I was thinking of Bomblet Nim. Oh no, in Bomblet Nim can't use Genius either, so it makes no difference.
Oh really? Isn't that going to just maybe put you in its arc? It is hard to tell her.
I don't think it's going to fit.
No. Okay. Yeah, he wants to get away so he can trigger that proton. That was a bad move from Fraçois, man.
Yeah.
I just don't think he thought the guy was going to go and eat it.
Maybe.
What are you reading?
The chat. I do read the chat. I don't answer it too much because 3 years' time, when it's on YouTube, no one can read this. So I do keep an eye on it and make sure, give it an impression of what's going on, and in case there's any information we may have missed. And also just kind of, and sometimes I'll type some stuff in there, but I do keep up on the chat. But like I say, I don't normally speak to it because when the video's up in a month's time, it makes no sense. You're only hearing half the conversation.
Oh, dude, come on, stop dreaming. That can't fit. In what magical world? No.
Okay.
So I must say, of all the system opens, this has been the one with the worst tables.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with people.
My table specifically.
Yours, what they've given you, isn't that great.
Yeah.
It's a bit movie, it's a bit wobbly.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's the best I could do.
No, yours is much better than anyone else's was in the actual event.
Yeah.
And generally, the system opens have been impeccable with how much space they've given us.
Yeah.
How great the tables are.
Specifically,
I just think the venue hasn't had.
The venue doesn't have this kind of tables,
No.
and of course, with the situation they've got, it's kind of they improvise
he
with
let
what
it
they've
go
got.
off. He's actually critting his own nim. Why?
To get rid of that fen, I guess.
But
And what's he? I couldn't see that. Direct hit on the ghost.
under the shields.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his proton, isn't it? And what's happened for? What did Fraçois take?
It looked like it was one of those ones where you roll a die to see if you get an extra one.
So maybe a major explosion.
Yeah. He's got a direct hit though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, that's Miranda.
That's Miranda.
That's
No.
Nim. Oh, no, it's not. That's Nim. That's Miranda. Okay.
There's a direct hit on Captain Nim now, and he's got one shield left and another damage card. It must have been the major explosion, and he got the crit, and it's turned out being a direct hit, the crit wop as we call it.
3 damage
Yeah.
just to put 1 on Fed. What an unlucky man.
That's what it looks like, George. That's what it looks like. Yeah, not good. And now he's down to 1 whole point on Miranda. Regenerates a shield.
Moly. Oh, look, Sensor Jammer into Sensor Jammer it down to no damage.
Yeah.
Do you know how demoralising that is when they do that?
To leave you impotent.
Yeah. It's just like, leave me alone. I actually think Fraçois made a bit of a bad call with going so hard in on Fen. He should have just tried to sink as much ordnance into that ghost as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Even if you had to run past it, then pick up Fen.
It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 damage cards and 1 of a direct hit on the ghost. Oh, yeah.
Damage. Guys' dice are hot.
Yeah, and
Is this
Miranda's dead?
No, I think she's got 1 hole.
No.
It's 4 damage. Oh no, that's game. That's game. It was game.
And Captain Nim's down to 2 whole points and a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next turn, he's dead.
Yeah. Because of the twin laser turret.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not interesting, Wing. This is quite boring, Wing. We're really sorry about that, but we haven't designed this game, and don't let that stop you going and supporting Simon at his Patreon. Remember that. Hard 2, he wins. Hasn't even got any bombs left, has he?
No. No, he's not got any bombs left on him. No, he's just got 2 harpoons left.
Yeah.
Sorry, Judge. Rasta, sorry, Rasta.
It's alright, mate. Call me George.
There we go. So,
as long as you don't call me Shirley.
Shit. So,
why did he turn that way? This guy's really making it a long, drawn-out thing.
That's what happens. It's the same thing happened with Simeon in his World Championship final. Because obviously they know they've got the time, and it's just kind of, we'll just be a bit more relaxed about it. Because I was watching, and they were saying this game's going to be over really quickly, and I go, I hope it'll be over really quickly.
Do you know how hard that matchup is for
No,
IGs?
100%. But everyone was saying
Simeon actually reckons that the only reason he won that game was because he had the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, because it takes
a lot of. You've got to wear them down. Yeah.
It's not about damage.
Yeah. I did. I confess, I fell asleep in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I woke up to hear the roar, and I was just kind of like, oh, it's happened, because it was like 5 a.m. where I was.
It was the greatest. It was the greatest roar. It was reminiscent of Rocky IV, where the crowd were completely and utterly in Drago's corner, and then. I mean, through his whole set of 3-cut games, and then he won them over, and then they started chanting for Rocky.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Cool. It was awesome. They just, yeah, it was an excellent thing to watch. And like I say, and obviously I know Jelte as well.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And so I was like going crazy watching them all progress and fight and watching how Jelte was the only person knocking out Europeans out of the whole top.
Honestly, the only people to beat the Europeans in the cut were the Europeans.
It was Jelte.
In fact, the only people to knock Europeans out of the second day were Europeans.
Yeah.
It was quite demoralising when we were doing it. I mean, I'm not
Absolutely. Yeah. And then because you've got the situation where you all had the day 2, day 1B, where everyone was where most of the Europeans were in the same day as well.
We all seemed to pick. I don't know what happened there. That was such a bad call.
Okay, it's 5Ks with the ghost. Nim just kind of crawls forwards, as if to say, I'm going to my doom.
What to do? I mean, really, whatever I do is a futile attempt. Is that ghost shieldless?
Yes.
What's that crit?
He's got a direct hit.
So 2, 3.
Oh yeah, he's lost
5.
the shields. I've got the shields on the screen, but yeah, he's down to 5 hull points. Yeah.
And has that harpoon?
He's not spent any harpoons. Nim has not spent any harpoons.
See, the problem is he needs to work out. He needs to have some magical luck.
Yeah.
That when he shoots it,
yeah,
he does 5 damage with 4 dice somehow. Because if that ghost shoots him back, it's over. I mean, he's got guidance chips, right?
Yeah.
So there's a way of putting the crit in there.
Yeah.
In the shot, but. Boost on a big ship, so good, so powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
2 turn left.
That's it. Next turn it's over.
Looks
if
like
this is not in range, I don't think it is.
No.
It's over next turn.
So 1 more face of dials at least. And is he deciding whether or not he wants to target lock right now?
He's out of range.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I was thinking of Miranda's got long range scars.
What is this music?
It's French. Have you seen the
it's like a dirty movie soundtrack.
Have you seen Axel, the French judge with the kilt and the shaved head?
No.
And they gave him an Asmodee t-shirt, and he cuts the sleeves off and the neck off.
Oh yes, of course I do.
Yeah, it's all his music. Wow. I had to go say to him, is this music very famous in France? Am I going to get a YouTube message saying that I can't earn money off this video? Not that I earn money.
I made it on a keyboard this morning. It's really bad.
It's very French electronica.
Oh, for God's sake, just turn in and kill him.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you messing about with? People have got houses to go to.
Oh.
What the hippity-hey is going on here? If that's not range 2, he's in a lot of trouble.
Barrel roll right, left forward to get into the range 1 bubble. Maybe.
And then what, eat the rock next turn?
You've got to go over the rock next turn, that's true. But
we haven't really got the health to be going over the rock any turn.
No.
And if he does shoot from there, that ghost has got a rock. And you know it will roll and evade. It just will. It's sod's law. Buttered bread falls butter down and the ghost rolls and evades.
True. Yeah, no idea. So Fraçois is thinking about something. I don't know if it's the barrel roll. Sometimes I think I'm a savant. I'm like one of those idiot savants, you know. I'm not very good at X-Wing, but like sometimes I can just call out what people are going to do.
Savant means a master of multiple.
But you can be an idiot savant. Yeah. What is it that, like, you know, like Rain Man type thing? Oh, right. You're just like, oh yeah, I know what he's going to do.
So you're saying you're Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah.
I think you're better looking than Dustin Hoffman.
Well, yeah, Rain Man, Dustin Hoffman maybe, but young Dustin Hoffman.
This is a range 1 primary.
Yeah.
You hit the range
1, 2, 3.
No, 2.
2. 1 blank is cocked. They're talking about re-rolling.
It's not flat. It needs to be re-rolled. That's the truth.
They've got 2 judges right next to the table. There's no difficulty there. They're asking the Marshal
Oh,
Sebastien.
come on, you don't need to ask a marshal. The dice is clearly not flat. But I suppose they have got another how long?
1 hour.
Imagine if it goes to time.
They're re-rolling for another blank.
Yeah, there you go.
Takes 2 damage
Ooh,
and a
crit
crit.
there.
It looks like another direct hit. Yep, another direct hit.
So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's got 2 hole.
He's
Ooh,
dead.
ooh. Francois, Pansois.
4 plus 4 is 8.
Ooh.
No.
It's hotting up, everybody. This is exciting. We know what's going to happen now. He's going to go over that rock, roll a crit, take a major explosion, followed by double damage, and it's all over. It's just sod's law.
Francois is not out of this game yet. He's just like, well, I'll give it a go anyway. Do you think the ghost?
I mean, you can deploy the dot shuttle whenever you want, right?
Do you think the
It's
ghost
not
is going to drop
afternoon.
the?
Of course he's going to drop the shuttle bomb. And then suddenly it's like, oh, there's another ship shooting at me. Yeah, free bank. Shuttle comes out with like a
Lothar
hard
was like,
one.
I thought I had this in the bag.
Shuttle comes out with a hard 1 or a hard 2 or even a K turn. And then the ghost boosts. Right, bye. But on 2 hole, a TLT's not great.
Yeah. Picks up the dial.
Can he avoid that rock? He might just miss that rock with a hard 2, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
And if he doesn't boost,
It's a bank.
hard 1, hard 2.
2. I know
Oh,
it's
he's
a 2,
gonna
but I think it's a 2
block
bank.
it.
It's a 2 bank.
What? No, it's a hard 2.
Oh, it's a hard 2. Okay.
He's going to block Nim. Or maybe clear it.
Okay.
Barrel roll. Oh no.
Boosting.
Boost there. Don't you? No, not for me.
No. Messi. Made that mistake last year.
What, of having a beer?
Here at France. France had a really bad weekend last year, and I just ended up saying giving up and just drinking, and things didn't go too well. I got way too drunk.
My days. He's blocked him onto the rock, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's hard 2.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be 2. I thought he had a 2 bank in his hand. He's blocked him. He's blocked him onto the bloody rock. That's it. Game. It's game. Absolutely game over.
Roll for a damage. Takes a focus there.
Saw it.
So nothing
That's
happened
from
there.
David. Saw it. That's what he kept saying. Saw it. It's like, shut up, David.
2 and something. Takes a shield. Next TLT gives focus. Maul and
2,
Ezra gives him 2.
Damage.
Another card. End of combat TLT.
No end of combat TLT.
Oh, because the shuttle's come out. No. Oh, so he's all right. He's on 1 health.
He's all right. That's not the definition of all right. Jesus Christ. Everyone, I think I thoroughly advise you to stop listening to anything Simon's saying.
He's all right.
But
He's
it's
still
not
in it.
all right, Simon. No. I've got to drive to England. Yeah, man.
They drove here.
At 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I've got to take Phil to Southampton before I go to Derby. Yep, I'm going to be dead. If you hear about Rastamace in a ditch tomorrow, you'll know why now, won't you?
Oh, by the way, we did switch to this camera in your game while you're on the chair.
Oh, well, I was stood up. I did it on purpose for my son.
We did see. Okay, Nim. Let's do this. This is that part of the movie where the coach of the team comes out and gives that rousing speech, and they start
dodge, duck, dip, dive. If you can dodge spanners, you can dodge anything, except this TLT. That's what's going to happen.
But we just believe in ourselves.
I want Nim to win. Nim. Come on.
If we just believe in ourselves, then anything can happen.
Oh, look, he's using that, guys, is a Weekend Warlords bomb dropper.
Ooh.
From our Princess Leia charity event that I gave to Francois for knocking me out of the system open.
Of course.
I would have 4K'd.
Yeah.
100% would have 4K'd with that shuttle.
And give it a go.
Is he just going to try and use it as a blocker? Because Nim don't actually have to hard to at all.
No.
They just run.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the guy with the glasses reminds me a little bit of the Scottish guy in Kingsman.
Yeah. I follow. And there we go.
It was the best move. He needs to deal with the shuttle. Now, unfortunately, he has to. The shuttle's going to be getting in his way all the time and denying arc. He needs to try and take that shuttle apart.
All right, okay, so he's going to TLT it.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but that guy's green dice.
But wouldn't it?
Ooh, was that 3 straight out of his hand?
Looks like it.
Hotness.
And he's
Followed by 1 double evade. Enough evade.
so yeah, only 1 shield on Zeb. No, not enough.
2, 4, 5, so
And
2
they out
hull.
of range for the low 4. Huh.
So 1 shield done to Zeb.
Yeah, we've got that.
I've got to be honest, I think the guy flying Ghost has let him get himself back in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. He's not pressed
when
the
he
engagement.
turned around and ran down,
Yeah.
he should have just pursued him.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
no bombs.
He's not pressed the engagement.
No.
He's not. He's taken it easy, thinking he had the game in the bag.
But now Nim has only really got 1 manoeuvre, which is a hard 2. Maybe a 1 bank.
Yep.
But neither of those, I think, are getting it out of range. It's really hard, isn't it? Judging ranges.
Yeah,
on the
it
tellies.
is difficult. Well, I mean, I get used to it because more or less the angle is always the same, so I get pretty good at it. But it's not easy at all when the camera's static and you can't move and look around from several different points. It is a bit more difficult.
Hard 2, yep.
Yeah,
Back
hard
into
2,
range with
right.
Ghost. He might barrel roll along the board edge to try and keep. No, he ain't got room.
No.
Oh, Fraçois, what are you going to do? Because he's got an evade and a rock and a sensor jammer.
Yeah. You're not going to do any damage this round.
I think he might just be better off tokening. What's Fraçois on Nim? 1.
1.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
He's barrel rolling to get the clean shot. He is. Right, so he needs.
He's hoping to pilot skill kill the Ghost.
He needs double paint twice.
Yeah.
Pas de dé pour moi.
Here we
No,
go.
he doesn't. He needs triple once, double once.
Yeah. He's got a focus and a hit.
Alors, commencez par.
Didn't take anything.
Oh my days. He primaried.
Oh dear.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh well, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean it was a good game, and Fraçois gave everything he could for it. But and to a certain extent, as you said just now, Sebastien has let him into the game. But it was an uphill battle for him. Huh? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad. Rasta's sad. Yeah.
C'est pour ça, mais voilà.
So there you go.
There you go. That was the final of the last System
System Open in
of the
Europe
year,
2018.
Europe, right?
They've still got Seattle, and they're doing a higher right now.
You know,
Yeah.
they're not in our fish pond.
The European ones are finished for this year.
You mean the tiny American meta?
Okay, so that was me, Simon Green. I've been joined by Rasta for the final here. Please do consider supporting myself on Patreon and Rasta as well. To be able to get.
Did I mention I've got a Patreon?
Yeah, and as we said earlier, I mean, we could kind of say that Rasta's own Patreon is probably responsible for him coming here. He started to realise a lot more about how much he means to the community.
Yep.
He started moving a lot further than he did. ¿Qué pasa? No saben jugar, lo siento.
I know.
Okay, so do please consider going over to patreon.com/First Earth to make sure that we're able to do more of these events when second edition comes along.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, what's your number one thing you're interested for second edition? What's the thing you've been most interested by?
Libo.
Yeah?
No, not really. Yeah, and really. I don't know, really. I never really do that much homework about stuff, but Libo, I'm really excited about what Poe is, how does Poe work.
Yeah.
And Kylo, because there's no information on those.
No, because they won't come out till Christmas.
No, but that's probably what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
Getting some T65s on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing with all the rebel ships I never play with.
That's awesome. Because I'm one of I'm not the sort of person that likes to when the information gets announced and the articles go up. I'm not the sort of person to go along and read them too much because
don't digest it.
It's always easy once you've got the cards in front of you.
I do not digest that information.
And it's also the most annoying thing for me is that when an article goes up is that for the next day you go into Facebook or you go onto your messages and all you can see is that thing shared like 50 times. So it's just like that's the worst day of the week for me when they announce something new and it's just like, okay, I've got to see the shop in my feed for the next 24 hours and then eventually I'll get back to the normal stuff. But it's looking really interesting. They've got the French Swords Renegades and TIE Reaper here, so it's very close. It's impending, and that TIE Reaper is huge.
It's an awesome looking thing.
Yeah, can you?
But
and they made that
is massively broken.
Yeah,
it's so bust Krennic. So they just give us one more little broken thing, just to like ruin
hammer in the net. Well, at least it's with Imperials, whereas Rebels have got enough stuff. At least the Imperials get something now. Huh?
FFG, there's like a young Italian world champion that you would do much worse than to employ him as a playtester.
He just got a job.
That boy can break your game in seconds, and if you had him there, you would struggle to release anything broken because he would just snap it and go, no, look, that and that ruins people's day. So let's remember this is fun.
Wicked.
So, okay. Thank you very much for letting me commentate.
Thank you, George. It was a pleasure. You were on my hit list and it's been taken care of. It's the problem. You always did so well recently. You're getting up to finals and everything. I couldn't get you.
Well, I've got my templates. I'm so made up. Had a great weekend.
I better give them their phones back because they're going to explode right now.
Yeah. Oh my God, you won! Oh my God, you've lost.
Thank you, George.
One love, everyone.
Fraçois, commisération.
Merci
Thank you, Simon. Désolé. Did you feel that the game was going to go that way? When you started up, jousting head on, you've got your trajectory simulator, you've got your harpoon missiles. This should be easy, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but he managed the approach quite well because I just couldn't get my target lock and he coordinated the boost. My goal was to shoot Fen as soon as possible because I've got no modes other way. So I tried to achieve that, but unfortunately I didn't. I don't know how many shots I wasted when he was at 1 HP.
Yeah.
And then I had to detonate the proton to finish him, and I took 3 damage. So yeah, Fen is always hard to kill in this matchup, but this time maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it's a shame that it's come out that way. We've commentated, me and Rasta, on that game, and we've both talked about we've known you for since the first Euros, and that you are a very good player. But it's just in that game, everything just kind of stacked up against you, and it ended up being an uphill struggle the whole way.
Yeah, maybe
you didn't give up at any point.
No, I tried.
And there was almost a point where
blinded pilot somewhere, and you're back in the game. So
yeah, absolutely.
So you never know. I did manage to get a free range 1 shot.
Yeah.
But it cost me my placing. So
of course.
But I had to do it. I don't think I was at range 1 before my barrel roll.
Yeah.
So I think I had to do it.
Okay. So anyway, you've got your invitation to Coruscant. Are you going to go?
Probably not, because I'm starting to build a house next month. So all my energy, spare time, and money will go into the house. Okay. So probably not. I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, last thing, man, a complete shame to not have France represented by someone
and
like yourself.
What about you?
I don't play, so
yeah, but would you go for first?
It would be very expensive, and I'm definitely not getting enough money from Patreon to do that exactly. But who knows? I'll speak to some people and see what I would like to do, and I'll be public about this. I would like to go, and I would like to help them do their stream. I don't want to appear on camera. I don't want to talk. I just want to help them use my overlay and my system and explain to them. Not come in and say you're doing it all wrong, but just kind of show them slightly better ways of doing it.
Share your experience.
Yeah, and just kind of, exactly. And just kind of work with their art department to work out ranking screens, top brackets and stuff like that just gets updated a lot quicker and is a lot more fluid. And I'd like to do that. I'd love to do that. Not have to be commentating nor anything, just control the sort of information, sit down next to the table like you've had Sebastien and Pierre there, and work with my system there, and then they just have it all updated on their screen. I would love to do that 100%. I don't know if they're listening or watching, but offer myself completely to try and help. But that's going to be the first 2.0 event, and
that's true. Yeah.
The videos from that championship will be very important for a long time.
Yeah, I think a lot of players will watch them over and over.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, like I say, thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon,
for joining
being
us.
here.
And
again.
like I say, can't express how sorry I am that you didn't manage to take a title home today.
Oh, that's how the game is.
So, but if you'd have won, the flight paid for, you'd have gone, wouldn't you?
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Anyway, not taking anything away from Sebastien.
No, he's a nice guy too.
Yeah, who I will go speak to now.
And thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to have all your work and your
I'm
videos.
so happy to have come back after the national tournament, where everything went wrong for me, and to come back and do it properly this time. I've come out really happy and proud this time. So thank you all to France for accepting me the way you all have. Everyone's been really nice to me, and they're really excited I've come, like nationals, and this time, and I'm just over the moon with the reaction I've got. I feel so much closer to France now. I've studied French this year.
You really?
Yeah. After August, when they told me I was going to come do the national in August, I started on the Duolingo on the phone for about 2 weeks straight, doing the games, and then at home in England, I said, in Spain, I said I'll start learning French. See if I go back there, and this way I can be a bit better. And so, you may not have noticed, but I've been a little bit more experimental in my French this time.
A few words here and there.
I'm still very much low level, but I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting there. I can say some interesting things.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, Simon.
Merci beaucoup.
Have a nice day.
No problem. Okay, so Sebastien wants to say, first and foremost, that his English isn't his strongest feature, so we're not gonna go too deep on his interview with regards to the game. But what we will say is congratulations, félicitations. You get to go to the Coruscant Invitational.
Yeah.
Flight, hotel, everything taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
You totally excited for that?
I am very exciting.
You ready to compete on the second edition at the highest level of the world?
Yeah. But if I know it's a V2 competition so I don't have the new rules, and I don't know how I can play and what I play for this event. So
in theory, nobody has the new rules in theory.
Yeah.
So you should be the same as everybody else competing, but that's
good.
So I mean, in theory, everybody would be that they've got 1 month to practice with the new stuff. Well, I mean, once Gen Con hits, you'll know what the new stuff is, and we'll see from there.
Everybody are on the same level, so for this new.
And now that Sour's Renegades and the Thai Reaper come out, they come with the new cardboard, the little base icons and stuff like that. So you can start proxying stuff straight away.
Okay.
So so once stuff gets revealed at Gen Con, once we know all the stuff, once the rules are public from Gen Con onwards, then you can start proxying, you can start practicing stuff, and everything like that. So I don't think you're going to have too much of a difficulty there. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I hope you do France proud as their representative at the Coruscant Invitational. And if not. Would you like to take a moment just to explain how the final went in French?
In French, I explained the final? Francesco is a very very good player in France, and
That's not French.
yeah, in France, yeah. And I take this party with very stress, very stress. I don't know how to take him, but Miranda and Nîmes was so easy when you can in frontal assault take and give some hit. It's what you do in the second run of the combat.
Okay.
But after, because with his maneuver, it was very hard, and I was very lucky with Fenro, who have some escape at range 1 against Nîmes, and he have to die 1 or 2 turns earlier. But with luck, he stay in the field and made some problems to Francesco. So it's what I need to win, and so that is the game.
Okay, excellent. But listen, your English isn't your strongest language. What I want you to explain in French to the viewers how you felt the game went. Reason being is that way I know that you have expressed yourself to the full extent of what you wanted to say, and then it's up to everybody else to learn French to understand you. Okay, the French people understand you, and then if someone who's more eloquent in English could probably translate what you said for other people. Okay, but what I want you to have expressed yourself fully and comfortably. Okay. So explain now in French, en français.
En français.
Les parties.
La partie, vraiment, ça s'est joué beaucoup à la chance avec Fenro qui a beaucoup résisté à Nîmes là-dessus. La chance de pouvoir aller en frontal sur Miranda et de lui faire suffisamment de dégâts pour qu'elle soit moins puissante derrière et qu'elle soit quelque peu gênée. Ça s'est joué beaucoup là-dessus. Avec Francesco qui est un très très bon joueur, donc c'était difficile de vraiment envisager et connaître ses manœuvres à l'avant. Il y a eu beaucoup de chance là-dessus, et c'est comme ça que s'est déroulée la partie. Vraiment, le fait que Fenro tienne 2 tours de plus qu'il n'aurait dû quasiment, vu les assauts de Nîmes qui échouaient dessus, c'est là que s'est jouée la partie. Voilà, Nîmes aurait pu à ce moment-là se reconcentrer sur le rebelle Lothal et à ce moment-là faire gagner la partie à Francesco.
Parfait. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
That's it from us. That's the final. We finished the System Open Series, but I think we may be recording one of the Hyperspace games to see one of the other players that gets the invitation to Coruscant. Okay. So please do stay tuned.
Ok.
Merci.
C'est moi. Désolé vraiment pour...
Non, n'importe pas. N'importe pas.